Hey, folks, it's Mark Arum. I hope you're enjoying the Mark Arum Show podcast. A reminder, you can hear this very radio show live Monday through Friday. We're live 6 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk. Hey, welcome to the show. Happy Monday, one and all. Mark Arum and the Bananas with you till 8 in the p.m., keeping you informed and entertained for your ride home. I don't know what just happened, Longoria, but this computer just... Did you fat finger the thing underneath there? I don't know. My screening computer just shut down. Chuck will be in here in just a second to fix it, I'm sure. We got a big show tonight. Tom Regan from Channel 2 Action News will join us in 30 minutes. A story in Forsyth County. It's an interesting story. A story of loss, but not loss of life, but loss of, I'll let Tom explain it to you. Johnny Kielbasa will be back with a fast food review, the first of 2020, but we're kicking things off as we do every Monday and Wednesday in the Mark Arum Show with Millennial Match Game. Joining us in studio, the 10th greatest intern in Mark Arum Show history, our buddy intern Jake. Welcome back, Jakester.
It's good to be back.
You graduated college early. You went to Michigan, right? And you just graduated? Is that correct?
Just finished.
And so you're in the real world now. This is it.
Still living the dream for a few more months, going back up for this last semester, but essentially not a student anymore.
Not a student anymore. Well, congratulations, Jake. We're very happy that you actually passed. And as Deb Green mentioned, the executive producer of the Mark Arum Show, the 10th best intern in the history of the Mark Arum Show. So we're going to play Millennial Match Game. I have no idea if we have... there we go. Chuck fixed it? Did Chuck fix that? Look at that. Early star of the show. The Millennial Match Game subject tonight is going to be TV character nicknames. While we're doing that, Longoria, let's play a little Millennial Match Game.
Let's play Millennial Match Game.
All right, as I mentioned, in studios, intern Jake, local kid. Where are you from? Lawrenceville?
Norcross,
somewhere up there in the Northeast.
Somewhere up there.
He has played Millennial Match Game before. Let's see who you're playing with on the phone. Brian joins us on the show. How are you, Brian?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Excellent. Tell the folks a little bit about yourself, Bri.
Well, I live in Forsyth County, and I'm Director of Business Development for a third-party money manager.
I have no idea what that means, but it sounds like a good job, Bri. Thank you for playing Millennial Match Game. Art is in Lawrenceville. Art, tell the folks about yourself.
I live in Alpharetta, and married, and just turned 65.
Congratulations. You pulling that big Social Security money yet, or no? You still got to wait on that?
No, I would have till next year.
All right, fair enough. All right, so here we go, guys. It's Millennial Match Game, TV character nicknames. I'm going to give you an example. So I'm going to say a TV character nickname to Millennial Jake, and he's got to guess whether or not you have to guess whether or not he'll know what TV show that character's from. Okay, so you don't need to know the answer. You just got to guess. Will Jake know the answer? For example, Fonzie. Jake, what TV show is Fonzie on?
Happy Days.
Nice. All right, good job. So you would have won that one. So very simple.
Doesn't count.
That one does not count. All right, so there you go. You just have to guess whether or not Millennial Jake will know what TV show these favorite characters are from. The first character, we'll start with you, Brian. The character's name was Beaver. Beaver. Will Millennial Jake know what TV show had a character named Beaver?
I absolutely believe he will.
You say yes. Millennial Jake, what TV show had a character named Beaver?
I've been out of the game for a while. My reflexes are a little bit behind.
Understood.
On these.
You got fat and happy over Christmas break. The mind wasn't working.
Beaver.
I
feel like I've heard this before.
Stay clean on this one, Jake.
Very clean.
Is it the show or the actual name of the character?
I want the name of the show, right?
Show?
The show, character, anything you got. Anywhere close, we'll give it to you.
Is Leave It to Beaver a show?
It is Leave It to Beaver, yes. Good job. You pulled out. I didn't think you were going to get that one.
I was really nervous. I won't lie to you.
That might be the only beaver in the history of television, by the way. So once you got that, Leave It to Beaver is right. You get that point, Art. All right, Brian, rather. Art, you're up next. The character's name is Butters. Butters. Will Millennial Jake know a TV show starred a character named Butters?
Millennial will not know what it is.
All right. Butters. What TV show is Butters in, Jake?
South Park, right?
Correct. I remember that. I remember Butters, but I don't think I would have gotten that. Yeah, I haven't seen South Park in so long. But all right, so no point for no point for Art because Art said he was going to get it. All right, Millennial Match Game TV character nicknames. Here you go, Brian. The TV character's nickname is Cockroach. Cockroach. Will Millennial Jake know a TV show had a character named Cockroach?
I'm going to say no.
All right, keep it clean again, Jake. Cockroach is the TV character nickname. What TV show starred Cockroach?
It's an awful nickname.
Yeah, really bad.
My two personal best 2 streak in a row.
Yeah,
might come to an end here.
Right
might
here.
come to an end.
Take a guess. Very popular show in the 80s. I'll give you a little hint.
The 80s?
Yeah.
Cheers.
The Cosby Show. The Cosby Show. Cockroach was
Theo's best friend.
Cockroach. What an awful nickname. All right.
Terrible.
Brian gets a point, right? Brian did not think you would know that. Here we go, Art. You need this one to stay in the game. TV character nicknames. The TV character is Hoss. Hoss. Will Millennial Jake know a TV show had a character nickname named Hoss?
Yes.
You
he
say
will.
yes. Art, you're not good at this game. When in doubt, the Millennial doesn't know. There's not a chance in hell Jake will know what TV show that's from. Hoss.
All right, well, you'll see the logic behind my guess. I don't think this is going to be right. So I just started watching ER.
Okay.
And, like, George Clooney is Dr. Ross.
Gotcha.
And he kind of reminds me of a Hoss.
So you're going to say ER.
So I'm going to say ER.
No, it's a TV show that you might not even ever heard of. Bonanza. No, all right. That's all right, Art. You're doing fine. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disparage you like that. Hoss was Eric Cartwright in Bonanza. Walter Bradley was Cockroach's name, by the way, in The Cosby Show.
Right.
Round 2 Millennial Match Game, as always, brought to you by our pals at Rocco's European Garage. Millennial Jake in studio. TV character nicknames. This TV character, Brian, his nickname was Mayday. Mayday. Will Millennial Jake, 23 now? How old are you, Jake?
22.
22 years
Don't
young.
rush me.
Will he know what TV show had a TV character named Mayday?
I will have to say no.
Yeah, when in doubt, the Millennial doesn't know. Mayday.
This is tough. After the couple softballs early, I was feeling confident.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore.
I'll give you a hint. Mayday Malone was the full name. You're still not getting it, but Mayday Malone.
The Office.
Not The Office. One of the greatest television shows of all time. Mayday Malone. Sam Malone.
This Cheers.
Exactly.
Now it's Cheers.
Brian, you're crushing it. You're running it. When in doubt, the Millennial doesn't know. I just started, over the Christmas break, I started going back and watching a couple of the old episodes. Still holds up. Some of those old shows don't hold up. Cheers still holds up.
Teddy D.
Aside from the fact that Diane was supposed to be like this smoking, beautiful,
you know.
think
She was hot?
She was 80s hot, I guess.
Yeah.
She would not get cast in that show in 2020.
80s Piccadilly hot.
Piccadilly hot. All right, Millennial Match Game TV character nicknames. Art, when in doubt, the Millennial doesn't know, buddy. This TV character nickname is Meathead. Meathead. Will Millennial Jake know what TV show that is from?
No, he won't.
Yeah, there you go. You're getting the hang of it now, Jake. Meathead. Jake, what TV show starred a character named Meathead? One of the greatest shows of all time. A little hint for you.
I feel like I've seen the greatest shows of all time.
Well, this is on everyone's list. So, Meathead, not cockroach, not beaver.
That was a little bit better.
Meathead.
I don't even want to say Friends, but like I can't think of anything else. And like Joey's such a meathead.
Not Friends. This would be All in the Family. Meathead.
Just did those new ones, those new live ones.
Yeah, Mike Stivic was Meathead. Rob Reiner played Meathead. I'll tell you who was 70s hot was his wife.
Sally Struthers?
Sally Struthers, yes. She was 70s hot with the bell bottoms and all that stuff. All right, here we go. So you get that point. All right, you're not shut out. Here we go. Brian, TV character nicknames, Millennial Match Game. This TV character's nickname was Potsy. Potsy. Will Millennial Jake know Potsy? What TV show that's from?
He should, just because his trial. I'm going to say yes.
You say yes. All right. Potsy. What TV?
Thought he was about to help me out a little bit.
He was about to, but I was going to disqualify him. Potsy was from what TV show? Another famous TV show, Jake. This is. I know they didn't teach you this in Ann Arbor.
Right.
They didn't teach you who Potsy was. Potsy in the War of 1812.
I feel like I've heard of this. Oh. What did I say every single time over the summer?
Friends.
No. MASH.
It is not.
No.
That is. You had Mr. You had Colonel Potter though. That was really good. No, that was good.
I thought you tried to slide that one in there.
Happy days. Happy days. We had Fonzie with the trial run that Brian tried to get through. All right, Brian. I did not disqualify you. You almost got disqualified. Here we go. Art, you're up next. This character's nickname is Radar. Radar. Will Millennial Jake know a TV show had a character named Radar?
I'm going to say no.
Oh, it's tough. I understand why you're hesitant there. Radar is tough. Jake, Radar is from what television show?
I feel like I've heard this one too.
Yeah. Radar. Radar.
Do you have any sort of hint for me?
No, I can't give you a hint on this one. It's too easy.
It's too easy.
It's too easy. Radar. What TV show had a character named Radar?
That 70s show.
Oh, my goodness, Jake. This is too funny. Good job, Art. You get the point. It is MASH.
No.
Yeah. It is MASH.
I did that on purpose.
The answer you always guess.
Did you?
Radar O'Reilly. What was the guy's name? Gary Berghoff.
Unreal.
Connecticut native. He had a deformed hand. Did you know that? You didn't even, never mind. You don't even know who he is. All right. End of round 2 Millennial Match Game. Deb Green, what's the score?
We got Brian at 3 and Art at 2.
All right, so we got to make a game of this there, Art. We'll come back. Final segment of Millennial Match Game. Millennial Jake, our old intern in studio. Hang tight. We're having fun on a Monday. It's the Mark Arum Show on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk. Final segment of Millennial Match Game brought to you by Rocco's European Garage, our own Vanna White, Deb Green. What's the score, buddy?
All right, Brian 3, Art 2. It is Brian's turn.
Brian, you are up, my friend. It is TV character nicknames. Will Millennial Jake know a TV show had a character named Rerun? Rerun. What do you think?
I'm going to say no.
Rerun. What do you
That's
got?
a name?
That's the nickname. That's the nickname. Rerun.
Jeez.
I'm going to give you his real name, Frederick Stubbs, because it's not going to help you at all. What TV show had a character named Rerun? Rerun. It's not MASH. We can throw that out.
No, I'm never gonna
Not
get. I'm never
Cheers.
gonna get over that one. I promise you.
Go
that.
ahead and guess Friends again.
Don't ruin this for me.
You know, I'm even going to play the song for you. You're still not going to get it. He doesn't know. That is What's Happening. What's Happening, starring Rerun. Great show, by the way. All right, here we go. Next TV character nickname. This one you might get. Screech. The character's name is Screech. Will Millennial Jake know what TV show had a character nicknamed Screech?
I'll say no.
You say no. Ooh, all right. Screech. I almost called you Chuck. Jake, Chuck. Jake,
So you're going to
Screech.
love this. So on one of my college applications, they asked me what's your favorite fictional character, and I
Yeah.
wrote Zach Morris.
Yeah, so
And they
this
still
is,
let me in.
This is?
Saved by the Bell.
That is right. Art. You lost the game, Art. But you're going away a winner, though. Deb Green, actually, we got prizes for both of these
We
guys.
do. Both of you get a 4-pack of tickets to go check out Snow Mountain at Stone Mountain Park, which will be open until February 23rd.
Hang on the line, guys. Chuck's going to get some info. Drake, hang out. You want to hang out a little bit more?
I'll hang around if you'll
All
have
right,
me.
yeah, good to see you, buddy. When we come back, Tom Regan from Channel 2 Action News joins us with a story out of Forsyth County on Twitter and Instagram at Mark Arum. It's Mark Arum Show on WSB.
This is Robert Wagner, and you're listening to that famous anti-dentite, Mark Arum.
So good to be back with you in 2020. Mark Arum and the Bananas with you till 8 in the p.m. Once you get home, you can listen on all your devices. I'm supposed to say a new phrase, Deb Green. Do you know what that phrase is?
Nobody sent it to me.
All right. Do you know what it is, guys? Where you can, you used to say Amazon Alexa, Amazon Play WSB. There's a new phrase now you can say for all of those listening devices. I'll find it in my email. Anyway,
Hey,
listen.
speakers, just listen. That's what it is? No?
No. Hey, speakers, just listen. Thanks, Longoria. Coming up next hour, Johnny Kielbasa with the first fast food review of 2020. So I woke up this afternoon and I turned on Channel 2 Action News at 4 p.m. That's pretty much my show prep, that and what Deb Green sends me. And our buddy Tom Regan was up in Forsyth County on a story that hit me on a couple of levels. I always tell you how I like when folks go out on their own and try to become entrepreneurs. Well, this guy was going to do that. He was just about to open an old vinyl record store. And as a hoarder and a collector of a lot of things, I can relate to that. And right as he's about to open his store, The building catches fire, and it's a total loss. Joining us on the story from Channel 2 Action News, it is Tom Regan. How are you, Tom?
Great, Mark. Happy New Year to you and the Bananas.
Right back at you, buddy. So, I felt so bad for this guy. This guy, I guess, was collecting records for decades and was about to open a store in Forsyth County. And the building or the business, another business in the building caught fire, and it spread to his, and everything's gone now.
Yeah, well, what a nightmare for this guy. He had collected about 4,000 LPs, vinyl LPs, most of them classic rock that he collected over the years. He's a big classic rock fan. And he was set to open in about 2 weeks. And Thursday night, early Friday morning, a fire broke out, apparently caused by some kind of electrical problem in a store next to his. This is a strip mall that had about 4 businesses. And the fire went up into the roof, spread over to his, and basically gutted everything in his store, not just all these records, but also some new equipment he bought. He bought a new sound mixer and speakers because he was planning to allow live performances of aspiring young artists in his store, like a concert space. He had done this in prior businesses that he had. He woke up, heard about this fire, and just a tremendous loss for him. And the thing that makes it really sad is that he was in the process of filing paperwork to get insurance for his business, which hadn't yet opened, and he hadn't gotten the insurance. So it's a total loss. And he's a very passionate, like so many people, about collecting vinyl records, and it's an exploding business, as you know.
Let me go to our musical expert, Deb Green, executive producer of the Mark Arum Show. So for years, vinyl was dead, right? You couldn't get it. Everyone was like, oh, blah, blah, blah.
There was always kind of an underground market for true audiophiles, but you definitely had to go to very specific places to get it or order it.
But I know on some releases now that vinyl will outsell CDs. That's how
it
popular
has for the past
become.
5 years. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I was just reading that in the first 6 months of 2019, vinyl sales were up nearly 13%. I mean, it's year to year, it's been growing exponentially. I mean, I have a guy that has an entire business. He's my best buddy from college. It's online, and he probably makes us $150,000, $200,000 a year just selling vinyl records all over the world. There's a huge demand.
Is he hiring? Is he hiring, Tom? That's crazy.
I know. Yeah, it's amazing. There's so much to, and he'll buy something. He buys huge lots of records. He'll buy 50,000 records, right? And among those, he'll turn those around and sell them within a couple of weeks and make his money back. And the rest of it is icing on top. I mean, he'll take a record that he bought for $2 or $3 and sell it to someone in the Far East for $150.
That's unbelievable. And that's the sad part about this story, too, is these aren't new releases. Like, this isn't intern Jake buying Justin Bieber's new hits on vinyl. This is classic rock. This is like Zeppelin and the Eagles. These are old vinyl albums that literally probably can't be replaced.
Exactly. Yeah. Typically what collectors look for, they look for stuff. If it's still sealed, that brings the most amount of money on. There's tremendous amount of nostalgia in these records, but also a lot of millennials have discovering vinyl music, and it's just becoming just a new kind of journey for them, listening to records the way their parents did back in the day. And so there's a lot of novelty there. And this guy probably could have taken these records and turned them around and sold them for much more than what he paid for them. And a great guy, Bob Johnson is his name. He's a former youth pastor. And, in fact, he was using some of the profits. And, he had a store in other locations prior to this one on McDonough Highway in Cumming. And he was providing this open space for kids to perform that he was financing basically through the sale of these vinyl records.
Sad story out of Forsyth.
The great news, though, Mark, is a lot of people have stepped up. In fact, some people came to him just the other day and said, look, I have boxes of records I want to give to you, and there's going to be some charity benefit concerts set up to help him out, and he is determined to open in another location as soon as he can.
Keep us posted on the story, Tom. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, buddy. Here's my question. God forbid your house catches fire. What's the one thing you're grabbing? Not your family and your pets. Assume they're coming. Is there one item in particular you want to grab out of your house before it goes down in flames? 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. Welcome back to the show. Quick back to Doug Turnbull. Doug, I got text from you and Pete Spriggs via the Piccadilly text line. What do you have to say to the smart speakers now to get it to play WSB?
You used to have to say play just WSB. Now all you have to do is say our full station name, 95.5 WSB. So play 95.5 WSB, you're good to go.
Thank you, Doug Turnbull. As always, I'll talk to you tomorrow. But we're talking about this business fire in Forsyth County. Record store owner loses thousands of albums in a devastating fire right before he gets insurance, right before he's about to open his business. What's the one thing you'd grab out of your house, aside from pets and family, that you would grab first as you run out? Ironically, apparently Jennifer Griffey's Longoria lost all of her possessions in a fire recently. Jennifer, you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
I'm assuming you lost all your possessions, and that's why you're wearing that sweater.
Whoa, Nelly. Wow.
That would be the only reason.
That would be the only reason. What is that sweater?
Oh, my God.
What are you wearing right there?
This is Boogie Shoes, the Chihuahua with a neurological condition, and he's so cute.
Well, again, thoughts and prayers for you losing all of your worldly possessions.
Idaho.
That you'd have to wear that sweater. I'm going to take a picture of that and post it on Twitter. That is a
Look how adorable it is. He's such a cute little guy.
I'll come see it after.
I had
the
it
news
specially
break.
made.
You had that made?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you didn't find that at Goodwill?
Yeah,
Wow,
exactly. I thought Russ in
no.
Gainesville gave you that as a gift or something.
Whoa, Nelly.
All right, Jen. Thanks, buddy. We'll talk to you in a couple minutes with news. Michael joins us on the Mark Arum Show. Michael, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Mark, I got an anime collection, an anime DVD and corresponding soundtrack collection. It's worth about $10,000, so that's the first thing I would grab. And they're all mint condition, factory sealed, you name it.
So, like anime movies or comic books, or what exactly anime?
Actually, anime DVD box sets, DVDs, and soundtracks that go along with them, and they're all factory sealed, brand new.
All right, that's interesting. As a collector of stuff, I respect that. I'm not even going to go there. Patrick's in McDonough. Patrick, you're on the Mark Arum Show. What are you grabbing out of your burning house, buddy?
I'm grabbing my drum set.
Ooh, that's a big thing to carry out. You might need Longoria's help on that.
Yeah.
Well, I got 4 kids that can help me carry it out. So as soon as I see the fire, they can all grab part of it and bring it out the door.
Now, is it because it's special to you? It's expensive? Why are you grabbing the drum set?
It's a vintage set I found. I used to play years ago and started playing again, and I found a set of drums I wanted really bad, and I was 16 years old and couldn't get them. So I recently found them on Craigslist and bought them.
Interesting. All right.
To lose them again, I'd probably be pretty upset.
Yeah, all right. Grab that drum set. Low T Chuck, in your stone home, I don't even know if that can catch fire.
All the stone
catches fire.
It's hard to catch stone on fire.
I'm assuming a gun of some sort is what you're grabbing before your house burns down.
I'm not worried about those. They're in
this lock safe. Yeah,
safes that are fireproof. I'm not too worried about that. So it would be probably some stuff from my grandparents, some older.
Not the oil painting of Erickson hanging over the.
No, I can get that again.
Okay. Stuff your how shady was that? Stuff my grandparents gave me. Like old buffalo skins. What?
Oh, I mean, it's like stuff from the old bar that my grandfather used to run, and just things like
family heirlooms.
Family
All right,
heirlooms.
there you go. That's it. Josh is in Winder. Josh, what are you grabbing out of your burning house, buddy?
Oh man, the buffalo skins. That was a good one. Okay, it's we kind of have a theme going. I'm definitely grabbing my Martin guitar. It's an acoustic guitar that my parents got me when I was probably 13. After I had learned to play, they spent money on a real good quality acoustic Martin guitar, and it could never be replaced. That's
so is it because it's expensive or it's just special to you?
It's special, absolutely, to me. My parents, they never really spoiled me a bunch. I mean,
I can relate to that, my friend. I can relate to that.
But my dad, looking back on it now, it's super special that my dad went and spent that $1,000 on an acoustic guitar. So basically, I could probably buy that guitar again if I wanted to, but it would not be the same.
Yeah. So a combination, a pricey item, but very, very sentimental to you, much like Chuck's buffalo skins. All right. When we come back, More of the story in Forsyth County. Poor guy's about to open a record store. It goes up in flames just days before he was going to get it all insured. If your house, God forbid, is burning down, you can only grab one thing, assuming your family and pets are safe. What's the one thing you're grabbing? Longoria's going to tell us his when we come back. On Twitter and Instagram, at Mark Arum, 404-872-0750. This is The Mark Arum Show.
The Mark Arum Show is performed before a live studio audience.
No, I run this town to be near you. I stand alone. I stand alone.
Welcome back to the show. To good Monday Eve to you. Mark Arum here, you there, 7:07, 7 minutes after 7 o'clock. This is the Mark Arum Show, heard Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 p.m. on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk. The gang all here tonight. Deb Green produces the show. Longoria, the stoic Eskimo on the other side of the takeout window. Low T screens your calls. Part of the studio audience tonight, intern Jake, back from Ann Arbor, Lansing, one of the Michigan cities, as he graduates from the University of Michigan. Good to have you back. Johnny Kielbasa will join us in 30 minutes. I want to keep taking calls on this story that Tom Regan from Channel 2 brought us. The owner of a record store said he's devastated after fire damaged or destroyed 4,000 classic vinyl albums just weeks before he was about to open up his record store in Forsyth County, and it was not insured. Our buddy Eric from Corporate sent me this link, Deb Green. Vinyl sales are closing in on $500 million a year. That's insane.
I can see that, yeah.
The resurgence of vinyl.
I mean, record store day alone, those they clean up on those days.
Yeah, I'm assuming you own a record player.
I do, yeah.
Longoria, do you have a record player?
No, not yet, but I do want to get one.
You want to get one? Chuck, do you have one?
Yeah, my brother and I both do.
Do you use it ever?
When we have people over and I want to put that on.
Yeah.
And then and people like to roll through, because I've got old ones from my mom from like the 60s.
Oh, nice, yeah.
My brother and I kind of have a split collection. Then we just find different ones we want. I had to fly one all the way in from London once, of vinyl that my brother wanted. Couldn't find it in the United States, but I found it I had to find it over in London.
So this is a huge loss.
Yeah.
So we're talking about that. God forbid if your house catches fire, and assuming your loved ones and pets get out safe, what's the one thing you would grab before your house burned down? 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. I also want to talk about picky eaters, kids. So over Christmas break, one of my best friends, Ted, I hooked up with him in Connecticut, and he's got a son and a daughter. And I was just curious about how, what kids eat these days. And I don't know how this guy even feeds his kids. Like, one of the kids, none of them eat meat because the mom is a vegetarian. So basically, Ted's a vegetarian, kind of like that scene from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
But Ted will go out and get stuff. But they don't eat chicken nuggets. They don't eat mac and cheese. It was the most whacked out picky eater story I've ever heard from kids. Like, the one kid will eat spinach tortellini.
That's weird.
I'm like, what do you send for lunch to school? He goes, spinach tortellini. Like, that's a one thing. I was a kid. It didn't matter. You could be picky or not. You're eating whatever the hell your mom or dad puts in front of you. And it's amazing. And this isn't my buddy Ted. I'm throwing him under the bus here, but he's not alone. I always ask parents of kids, like I give example. What do you make your kid for breakfast? Like, I'll ask Judd Hickenbotham. And it'd be like, usually Cheerios or a waffle. So that's how I started the conversation with Ted. And Ted is like, well, my daughter eats 4 grapes, and then we got to give her.
Are they peeled? Does he have to peel?
It's like crazy stuff. Are your daughters picky eaters?
They're not that picky, no. I mean, they go through phases. Like, my oldest daughter loved eggs when she was younger, and then about 2 years old, she just hated them. Now she's starting to eat them again.
Okay.
It's just, there's certain foods that they'll eat, but then they're just like, I don't want that anymore, and it's just rando. It's just random, whatever. But they're not like pick. They don't need their apples peeled or anything like that.
The crust cut off the sandwiches.
No. We just you try it, and if you don't like it, then tough.
If I ever said to my mom, "Hey, cut the crust off my sandwich," she would have backhanded me.
My mom would have slapped.
That used to drive me crazy. Your daughter's eating solid food now, Chuck.
Yeah, and she's discovered now that she just doesn't like anything that she used to just hoover everything you put in front of her.
Yeah.
And now she just she'll look at it and she'll mush it between her fingers, and then she'll just go bleh, and she'll throw it on the floor. And I'm like,
Yeah.
see, all right.
But
I
that's
don't
so cute, though.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
she's
it
still
is.
young. But these are like 8 and 6.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
a little bit.
So I think that's a thing now, because in our day, it didn't matter.
No.
Like, I hated meatloaf. My mom made meatloaf. I was eating the meatloaf. She wasn't like, all right, do you want me to make you something? No
there was no
spinach
option.
tortellini for me.
Right.
You were eating the freaking meatloaf.
Now, when we go to a restaurant, we give them options. Like,
Yeah.
hey, there's these 3 things. And if they're like, no, be like, tough, we're picking then.
Yeah.
Pick or we're going to pick. Like, you get those 3 or we're going to pick for
exactly.
you. And then
So,
they usually will be like, I want this.
I just want to ask the parents out there, what's the deal with these kids that are so picky now? Because it just isn't my buddy Ted's kids. Like, I have this conversation a lot. It's kind of weird, I guess, that I ask my friends what they give their kids for dinner, but I have no frame of reference for it, so I ask about it. So if you have any picky eating stories for kids now or in the past, I would love to hear them. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB. Talk. Patrick's in Lawrenceville. Patrick, welcome to the Mark Arum Show.
Hey, thanks, Mark. Real quick on the picky eater thing, let them go hungry.
Yeah, exactly.
Secondly, I'm a vinyl collector, and that story breaks my heart. If I can get in touch with that guy, I'll donate half of my collection to him.
Oh, wow. All right, go to WSB-TV.com.
All right.
Bob
but I have
Johnson.
a fire story for you.
Okay, go.
Okay, so I was in Midland, Texas, and it speaks for itself. It's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I was staying on this farm. We'll call it a farm for now. And there was a property next door, and it obviously had caught fire, and it was fairly engulfed. A few of the guys, we ran over there. They had a Ring doorbell, of all things, and the people were not home, and they're like, just kick in the door. We're like, okay, we're gonna get the dogs. So we did. We saved the 2 dogs.
Oh, nice.
And at that point, the daughter had gotten word. She was close by. She showed up, and she's like, "You got to get my mom's machine. Get my mom's machine." And I'm thinking this is like it's like a medical device
iron
of some
lung
sort.
or something. Yeah.
Right, something like that. And we're like, okay. And she's like, it's in the front room right there. Just get it. And we're choking out, and we go in to get this machine, and we knew exactly the location because she told us. We didn't know what it was. We got it. We carried it out. It was a high-end sewing machine.
Oh my God, are you serious?
I think that's how she made her living. So it's not. Oh, and there was a couple of racing boats that we wheeled away from the house, so that didn't catch fire.
Wow.
But the machine, we risked our lives to save this sewing machine.
Are sewing machines even a thing anymore? Deb, do you have a sewing machine in your house?
Of course not.
No? Longoria?
Yeah, we have one. I don't know if it works. It's my mother-in-law's.
I was about to say, it's your mother-in-law's.
Yeah, it's up in the top.
Your hot neighbor wife have a sewing machine?
No.
Wait, did you have to take sewing in college? I mean, not in college, in home ec?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We had to make, I remember that, obviously I'm not good at many things, but I was not good at sewing. And we had to make a pillow.
Yeah, that's
one of the
standard.
projects was a pillow.
Yeah.
My pillow was
that seems like it would be easy enough.
You would think.
Right?
You would think.
It was
Just
like
stuffing and then
you
sew it on the
displayed
outside.
all the pillows, and it was like I was like, they're like, oh, a special kid made that pillow. That's how bad my pillow came down. I was really good in wood shop, though, believe it or not, Chuck. Like my
Really?
napkin holder was the best in the best in the class. Yeah, but sewing is still a thing. Interesting.
Yeah.
Libby joins us in Ackworth. Libby, welcome to the Mark Arum Show.
Hey, Mark, how are you?
What's going on, Libs?
Well, I had a fire a year ago, and the thing that I grabbed was the family cookbook.
The family cookbook. Interesting. So these are
Yeah.
treasured recipes handed down generation to generation for tuna casserole and
No tuna casserole.
no.
But no. Much better than that. But it was my cookbook. I'm a self-taught cook, and I got my recipes from my nursing girlfriends and my neighbors, and really good cooks. And so when I saw the flames, the ceiling dropping down in the family room, I got the pets out and I grabbed the cookbook, and it's 4 inches, at least 4 inches thick.
Yeah. Well,
And
how
so-
bad was the fire? Was it a total loss?
No, thank goodness it was just in the family room, and it just destroyed everything, all my electronics. It started from the lightning strike hit my water pipes and put a power surge through those, and there was one speaker wire in the wall for the surround sound, and it caught it on fire.
That's well, I'm glad everyone's all right. I'm glad you saved the recipes. What's the best thing you can make, Libby? If I said, blow me away, Libby, and make something from your cookbook, what would it be?
Okay. Well, my Italian sausage and chickpea and kale soup, or my chicken broccoli casserole, my cornbread dressing for Thanksgiving.
There you go. That'll do it. Oh, Deb Green's got a list, by the way. We're not going to have time tonight, Deb, but remind me. The best 100 American foods of all time. So not like foods that were invented, like I guess foods that were invented in the United States. It's a great list. We'll have to do that tomorrow because we just simply don't have the time today, Longoria. Russ joins us in Gainesville.
Russ, come here a minute. I want to talk.
We always have time for Russ, though. What's going on, brother?
Hey, buddy. Sitting here with beautiful Erica.
Hi, beautiful Erica.
Say hi, buddy.
What's going on in your world, Russ?
I asked her what she would grab, and she said her Bible and the Grand Marnier.
Two very important things. I'm assuming you've survived many an apartment fire in your days, Russ. What would you grab?
Probably my little black book.
I was about to say your little black book. Absolutely. So, Russ, you had a busy weekend. There were women coming in and out, and this morning I got an email.
It was crazy. Oh my God, we got kicked out of a bar last night.
Nice.
Eric and I, because she was kind of acting up, so they said, "Get out of here." I was like, "Okay."
What happened to
on a Sunday?
Yeah, on a Sunday got kicked out. What happened to Lips McGee, that girl from last week? Shelly.
Yeah, she we were with her all day yesterday. She works at night.
Yeah.
So she's there now.
Understood. Is she? I mean. Is she? No offense to Erica, who's lovely and talented and all that, but Lips McGee impressed me. Is she going to be in the rotation?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. You liked her, didn't you? The girl we hung out with yesterday, Shelly.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
Yeah,
you liked her.
All right, tell Erica she's still number one, but Shelly's going to be on the depth chart from here on in.
That's not what she told me.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to have to ask her what that's about in a minute.
Wait till Corrali rolls into town, Erica. Then we're going to see what.
Oh, golly, yeah.
Then we'll see.
Yeah, I haven't talked to her in a couple of weeks now.
There you go. All right. Speaking of picky eaters, like obviously you're feeding Erica. Is she very picky when you go out to dinner or lunch or whatever?
She's with Russ.
What do you like?
She doesn't hardly eat. I was off the list.
She doesn't eat very much. She drinks a lot.
Beefaroni girl?
No, this is not the Beefaroni girl. That was months ago. I can't remember the Beefaroni. Beefaroni and Yoo-Hoo. That's what she requested from the dollar store. Well, Russ, I'm glad to see you had a great weekend. I'm sorry you got kicked out of a bar. You got to learn to behave. Well, I guess it was Erica's fault, not really your fault. But you keep on living the good life, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, there he is. Russ in Gainesville. Just doing what he does, day in, day out. Your house is burning down. You can grab one thing of value or of interest to you out of your home before it collapses. What are you grabbing? And what's with picky eaters and kids in 2020? This was not a thing when I was growing up. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. On Twitter and Instagram at Mark Arum. Just tell your listening device when you get home, play 95.5 WSB, and you get the show on demand, like Longoria.
Mark Arum on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
54 degrees on Peachtree Street. Let's call it a 4.5 on the Mark Arum Show back sweat meter. It was warm today. It's winter in Georgia, Longoria. It was warm. 404-872-0750. Charles joins us in Grayson. Charles, welcome to the Mark Arum Show. Charles?
Everybody clap your hands.
Nice. Got a lot of people clapping their hands today inside. Becky joins us in Sandy Springs. Hello, Becky.
Hi. So if I had a fire, having been through one many, many, many years ago, we have a drawer in our house that has all the important documents, the passports, the driver's license, the social security cards, and we would probably grab that drawer and the laptop. And the reason for the laptop is because we've almost digitized all the photos. So those two things are the things we probably would be more difficult to.
You got to get those photos up on the cloud, Becky. You got to get them up on the cloud.
That's it. Yeah, but there's some old stuff there that we haven't yet that's on the USB drive. So I'd stuff my pockets with those too.
There you go. All right. So that used to be the thing, like old photographs. But now I guess in the digital age, everyone aside from Becky has backed them up. And
I'm trying. But the food thing. My kids are now 22 and 20, and the picky thing's been around a long time. But the funny story that I have, I traveled 3 days a week, and my husband was responsible, and he always said, I got to get something green on that plate. And the kids would say, what's for dinner? And he would always say, chicken and broccoli, and they'd go, yay! And if they said anything else, it would go, ooh. So he told them everything they ate was chicken and broccoli until they figured out it wasn't that. So it was awesome.
So funny. So I'm going back to my buddy Ted, and he lives in L.A., so that's a whole different thing, the L.A. culture. But he was saying something about in order to get the kid, like he would make a protein shake. Like they'll drink protein shakes. They won't eat chicken nuggets or mac and cheese. Smoothies. Yeah, he makes smoothies for them. Yeah. And he hides all the crap that they don't get into the smoothie. But as long as it's in smoothie form, they'll eat it. I just don't understand the pickiness. But again, maybe that's just L.A. But I think that's a thing now where kids actually get to pick what they eat. My mom's in studio. That did not happen when I was a kid. We'll hear from her when we come back. Plus, Johnny Kielbasa and a fast food review and more of your calls. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK on Twitter and Instagram at Mark Arum. Don't forget, at your home, you can listen to the show via whatever listening device you have. Just say play 95.5 WSB.
Hey, this is Louis Anderson, and you're listening to the Mark Arum Show. It's so good to be born in America, where all men are free. It's so good to be born in America, all the home of the red, the white, and the blue.
Welcome back to the show, 736, 24 in front of 8 o'clock. Mark Arum and the Bananas at your beck and call till 8 p.m. Monday through Friday here on WSB. Johnny Kielbasa will join us with the first fast food review in 2020 in just a second. We're talking about the story out of Forsyth County that Tom Regan brought us. A guy was just about to open a classic vinyl record store, and poof, everything goes down in flames. Sad, sad story there. If, God forbid, your home were to catch fire, and assuming your loved ones and pets and everybody gets out safe, what's the one item that you would grab and run with? And the second story is my buddy Ted in L.A. He has two kids. They're cute. They're amazing. But they're the pickiest eaters I've ever heard. They wouldn't eat pizza, Chuck. They won't eat pizza. I'm trying to remember what else they would and wouldn't eat, but I was blown away. That wouldn't fly in 1979. Usually joining us on the Piccadilly Hotline, but now live in studio, Alice Arum. You got to get up to that microphone, dear, and pull it really close to your face.
Yes.
There you go. Now you're on the air. When I was growing up, was I a picky eater?
No, we had a house rule.
Yeah.
Whatever I was cooking, I put on your plate, and you had to taste it. You didn't have to finish it, but that was the rule. You ate Brussels sprouts and liver and
the worst part of my childhood. Well, there's a long list. There's a long list.
Wait to hear this.
But here, in my memory, I mean, I could never say to you, hey, I'm not eating this. Like, I would never say, I demand chicken nuggets or anything like that.
Never.
The worst part of dinner with you was that I had to always finish my glass of milk.
That was a game.
It was not a game it was torture for me. I didn't mind the milk.
But by the water torture?
But by the end of the meal, the milk was warm. And like there's a quarter cup there, and it's like, lukewarm milk.
Well, you should have drank it faster.
And that's what my mom would say. She'd be like, I don't care. Do it like a shot of Fireball, Arum. Finish your milk. That's the one thing that scarred me. I'm glad you made me drink milk because I have strong, healthy bones and everything.
I think I did because I don't drink milk.
Exactly. That was the hypocritical thing. She's like, she wouldn't even drink milk.
No. We used to play a game. Like if you could finish the glass of milk.
That was not a game.
By the time I count to 10.
When I'm 14, that was not a game.
No, you were not drinking milk at 14.
Like, a little swallow left of milk. I couldn't leave the table till that, it was like 96-degree milk at this point. She's like, finish it. I'm like, that was torture.
You get what you get. You don't pitch a fit.
Yeah, well, I pitched a fit, Longoria. All right, thank you, Mom. Not on the Piccadilly Hotline. Todd joins us in beautiful Macon, Georgia. Todd, welcome to the show.
Hey, Mark. Love your show, my friend.
Thank you, brother. What's going on?
Well, I'll tell you what, I've never been caught up in a fire before, but I really had to think about this as a lot of your callers. But I don't want to bring the party down, but I think the thing that I would grab the most would be my father and my grandfather's, all their awards and medals for being in Vietnam in World War II.
Oh, absolutely. There's no question about that. That's a no-brainer, right? I thought you were going to say their ashes from an urn.
No, sir. No, sir.
But their medals, yeah, Purple Heart or whatever they got, Bronze Star,
Yep.
definitely grab that.
Yes, sir. I even got an old sword my grandfather had gotten from one of the Germans. So, yeah, that'd be what I'd grab.
I'm almost thinking you should not even have those in your home. I guess it's cool to have them in your home. You can reflect on them, but that's so valuable. I would put that in like a safety deposit box, so it's really, really safe.
I've been told that before, my friend, but I just can't seem to part with it.
I get it. Maybe you could get one of Chuck's fireproof gun safes and keep them in there.
Well, that makes sense, my friend, and I will think about that. But I'm going to tell you how much I appreciate your show, and good luck to you.
Thank you, Todd. Appreciate it, buddy. That's something you grab. Did I ask you, Longoria, what are you grabbing?
No.
The Cascajones?
Yeah. Other than my grandfather's stuff that, I got when he passed away, my wife got me a Houston Oilers jersey with Warren Moon's Hall of Fame signature on it.
Did I ever tell you the time I spent New Year's Eve with Warren Moon?
No, really?
I'll tell you that off the air.
Nice.
That's not an on-air story.
No, but I'd like to hear about it.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. All right, so a Warren Moon jersey.
Yeah, Hall of Fame jersey.
Deb Green, I'm assuming you're grabbing something musical.
Maybe. Yeah, my disturbingly large collection of Alex Turner photos.
Oh, that was my next guess.
Yes.
Who's Alex Turner?
He's a singer that I like.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
What would your husband grab?
All of his soccer stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's got a lot of football.
Yeah.
All of his Premier League stuff.
Oh,
signed jerseys, signed footballs, all of that. Yeah,
Interesting.
absolutely.
All right. What's that photographer again?
Photographer?
Yeah.
My disturbingly large collection of Alex Turner photos.
Alex Turner photos. All right. Matt joins us in Athens. Love Athens. Love Matt. How are you, buddy?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Excellent. What's going on?
Yeah, I want to talk about kids being picky eaters, and I'm probably going to have an unpopular opinion, but I don't necessarily think that it's a bad thing. I think what matters, is how they're being picky, what they're being picky about. And if it's about nutrition and quality, then, if you look at all the stats, America is one of the most overweight and obese nations on earth. So if, a kid wants to have a protein shake over like chicken nuggets.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I think a lot of the times
that.
is so. I've got another friend. I'm glad you brought that up. That's a valid point, Matt. I'm not going to say their names because this is derogatory toward their parenting, but the kids won't eat healthy stuff. Like they want burgers all the time, or what were some of the other things they were eating, Maya? Just
candy, maybe.
Yeah, like they won't eat the spinach that the mom makes, or they only will eat the junk food, the processed chicken nuggets and the processed mac and cheese. So that's another thing where they won't eat regular cereal. They want chocolate chip pancakes for breakfast or whatever.
Who doesn't?
I heard on the I was listening to what?
Go ahead, buddy.
Listening to Joe Esposito the other night. I always listen to this station when I'm driving, and he said he presented an alarming stat. He said that like men today have like half the testosterone of their grandparents.
I think you just have to listen to the commercials on the Mark Arum show to know that. You don't have to listen to Dr. Joe.
Very obvious.
Frank Thomas will tell you that. The Big Hurt will tell you that. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk.
And now, on the Mark Arum Show, it's time for the Fast Food Review.
Joining us live on the Greasy Salty Hotline from parts unknown, height unknown, weight we do not want to know, Johnny Kielbasa and the ever-so-popular Fast Food Review. How you doing, Jonathan?
I'm doing great, Mark Arum. Happy New Year, everybody. Hi, Mrs. Arum. I'm wrapped in bacon. I'm here for the take, and I'm covered with cheese, and I aim to please. And Mark, I'd like to start off by giving you my deepest condolences, brother.
On?
You said we weren't going to do this again. You hadn't gotten engaged, man. Come on. You didn't call anybody and ask them see what's going on before you went and did that, man. Come on, man. We've been down this road before. Anyway, sorry about that.
That's all right. I appreciate your Thank you, Johnny. I'm happier than I've ever been in my life, my friend.
Hey, Mark, you want to hear what's on the menu, brother?
I would love what's on the menu, Johnny K. What you got?
all the holidays are over with now, and it's time to start thinking spring, and Arby's is thinking spring because they're pulling out the fish sandwiches already. They're not waiting around for Easter or anything that comes before it. They're saying, hey, it's January. We've got some fish. Let's have a couple new fish sandwiches coming at you. Now, they've got something new. It's called the Fish and Cheddar, which is their fancier fish fillet on a sesame seed bun with some cheddar sauce, tartar sauce, lettuce.
Ooh.
Now, you can get that without the cheese, of course. But then if you want to upgrade, you want to upgrade your sesame seed bun to a King's Hawaiian bun. You want to upgrade your cheese sauce into some regular cheddar cheese. And then maybe a tomato or two to make it look fancy. They'll give you the King's Hawaiian Fish Deluxe.
I want to get back to that in just a second because I got something else because those sound delicious to me. Arby's has a really good fish sandwich. Chuck, I found out something my mom and Eric Erickson have in common. This might be the only thing they have in common. No. So my parents are driving down from Connecticut on their way to Florida, and they stop at McDonald's. And I said, "What did you get from McDonald's?" She said, "Quarter pounder, no cheese." Ugh. Exactly. That Erickson won't eat cheeseburgers as well. My mom's excuse, and she's here to deny or whatever, is that she doesn't want cheese on her ketchup. Ketchup on her cheese or whatever. Like, she doesn't want that combination. Johnny K, is that blasphemous to get a quarter pounder with no cheese?
There's one valid excuse for not getting cheese, and that's if you're lactose intolerant. If you don't want your cheese touching the ketchup, if it was anybody else but your mom, I would poo-poo the idea. But
even if you are deathly allergic to dairy products, you still get that quarter pounder with cheese, Longoria.
That is true.
Or as Longoria does, the double quarter pounder with cheese, no onions.
With double cheese.
Yeah. All right, so going back to Arby's. So Maya and I stopped at the Arby's. Well, I stopped. She didn't get anything. I stopped at the Arby's in South Carolina and got the s'mores shake from Arby's, which is fine. But what I didn't get that was on the menu, and I don't know if this was just in South Carolina, test market, what have you. They had white cheddar mac and cheese, which I didn't get, and I'm kind of sad I didn't. Is this a thing, Johnny? Can you get some more info on that?
Yeah, the white cheddar mac and cheese. I'll have further reporting as the new year goes on, Mark. We'll see what decisions they were making behind changing the yellow cheese to the white cheese, because I've had a lot of cheddar cheese, and I've had a lot of white cheddar, and I've had a lot of yellow cheddar, and I don't know and understand why we got to have different colored cheddars.
Yeah, I'd never seen it before on the menu, and I saw those fish sandwiches that you mentioned, but I just went and got that milkshake, which I thought would kill me, but it didn't do it. Maybe new year, new me. Maybe those milkshakes won't destroy my stomach anymore.
Well, hey, new year, new you, and get on the Metamucil regimen I've been trying to get you on.
Yeah, I bought the crackers, Johnny. I bought the Metamucil crackers.
All right.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I haven't eaten them yet, though. But they're sitting there. But I take your advice. By the way, give your podcast a plug, because Johnny did, what did you do, 30 podcasts in 31 days or something like that?
31 days in the Sausage Hut podcast. We're on day 6. I just put up another one. Thank you very much, Mark. Yep, we're going all the way through the month of January. One new podcast every stinking day, and all y'all are invited to come on whenever you want.
All right. Johnny K, we appreciate you as always. And
if the cholesterol's high, baby, so bye. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and do all that stuff with the podcast I already mentioned, Mark.
All right, appreciate you, bruh.
Anytime, bro.
All things available on JohnnyKielbasa.com. Johnny, we'll talk to you on Wednesday, buddy.
Can't wait, Mark.
All right. Happy 2020 to Johnny Kielbasa and the Fast Food Review. This means music, Longoria. I want to go like this.
We're a little early. I don't know.
I know. Well, I want to have time to get the rest of the callers.
Okay.
When we come, by the way,
thanks for calling me out on the air.
Well, you were just gazing into my eyes lovingly.
I was looking at the clock.
Oh, the clock above my head. Sorry. When we come back, more of your calls. By the way, I tweeted out a picture of Jennifer Griffey's last remaining piece of clothing, that Chihuahua sweater. Apparently, she lost all her belongings in a house fire. You can check that out on Twitter and on Instagram at Mark Arum. We'll be right back. It's the Mark Arum Show on WSB.
Mark Arum on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Final segment of the Monday broadcast. Big show tomorrow, including a big guy that's actually tiny. Little Sanjay with Would You Rather will join us. 404-872-0750. Julie joins us on the Mark Arum Show. Hello, Julie.
Hey, Mark. Happy New Year.
Right back at you. What's going on?
Thank you. So if there was a fire in my place, which I've lived through plenty of fires growing up in Northern California,
yeah.
but and I have a fireproof safe. It doesn't have to be for guns. You can get that anywhere.
Okay.
But I have a painting that I purchased about 3 years ago. I walked into an art gallery, and I'm obsessed with fine art. Never been able to think that I could afford it. And the artist happened to be there, and he was in this mood. He's like, I want to give something away for free. But what he ended up meaning was that he was going to give me the painting for, I ended up paying $1,100.
Wow, still sizable.
It was such a beautiful painting. And when I left, he said, I'm going to credit it for you so that the value, if you need to insure it, is $15,000.
You better grab that puppy, Julie.
I already bought it. And I know.
I'm saying if the house is on fire.
I looked to my husband. I'm like, I don't think this guy's a little talk. But then I went online and Googled him, and one of the paintings, the painting that I bought, he had made another painting very similar, and it had sold for $36,000.
Wow. Hang on the line, Julie. Hang on. Tell Chuck the rest of that story. Dave's in Marietta. David, real quick, what do you have?
Mark, what I would take is my black book. It's got all my important documents in it. My pictures are already off-site. But the food issue is I had a child who was very picky eater, and my wife finally said, I'm tired of making 2 meals a day.
Sure, of course.
And so we just said, if you don't finish it,
you're going
to have breakfast, and that took about 3 days, and that solved the problem.
Don't make your kid drink warm milk at the end of the meal, though. That's all I can say. Let's do star of the show. Shlong. What do you got?
And now, are you guys ready for the Mark Arum?
Star of the show goes to Savory Gourmet Deli in Alpharetta. They knew my parents were in town. Reuben's, latkes, roast beef sandwiches, pastrami, New York-style pizza. Good stuff to the Savory Gourmet Deli in Alpharetta. It was delish. You had a little something there, Longoria.
I did. It was good.
Yeah. Scotty Baker had like 9 sandwiches. Yeah. My man. All right, we're going to come back tomorrow and do this again on Twitter and Instagram at Mark Arum, Facebook, Mark Arum WSB. In the meantime, go to sleep, little baby.
Go to sleep, you little baby.
Guests of the Mark Arum Show stay at the All Suite Omni Hotel, located in the heart of Chicago's Magnificent Mile.